Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm going to be talking about a topic that I've been mildly avoiding, mainly because it triggers me. But yeah, we're going to talk about it because we're a strong woman, and that is loneliness at university. And I feel like that this isn't a topic that is spoken about very much. Like, you see all the highlights, you see all like the freshers events, the vlogs with friends, you know, all those YouTube videos. You never really see what happens behind closed doors, and I feel like talking about this today would help raise more awareness, because it's such like, it's so common yet nobody talks about it. Like, I get that sometimes it can be traumatic talking about it, like it's making me uncomfortable. It is something that's very close to my heart, so I thought that I'd share it with you guys, because I just feel like I need to help someone who may be going through the same things as I did, or even worse, or maybe even a bit, like, you know, I just really want to help you guys out. First I need to help myself out, I need some water. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips on how to deal with loneliness at university, or cope, or try to make things better. I am going to keep this video relatively short because I want it to be short and meaningful, but yeah, let's go. So I've put all my tips on my phone because I can't remember them for the life of me. The first tip that I'm going to be talking about is ironic because it's loneliness as it is, but like, try not to isolate yourself. And what I mean by that is that when we feel lonely, we like to close off sometimes, and that can be really detrimental, because you may not realize it, but past a certain point you may be causing loneliness for yourself. Like, when I moved to university, everything was great, everything was bougie, everything was like fun, but then it doesn't always stay like that, and that's perfectly fine. Like, that's life. But it does mean that you've got to be able to know what to do in circumstances like that. In my first year, like, it was kind of hard to talk about at the time, which is why I hadn't. But since I've kind of come out of that now, I can talk about it fully, and I'm so glad. I know that I isolated myself quite a bit, and like, I didn't realize it, but like, I'd kind of like make up excuses for like reasons why I couldn't try to make it better in a way. So I'd like blame other things in my life rather than me making an effort. But sometimes in life you do make an effort and you still feel like you're lonely, and that's a really like hard thing to deal with. The one thing that I feel like is so important is like to try not to isolate yourself. Like, loneliness can come in forms of feeling like you have friends but you don't click with them, or feeling like you literally have no friends, or literally having no one to talk to. And I know in that case, like, how is it possible that you don't isolate yourself? But you can do so many things to not isolate yourself. You can talk to your family if you can. You can talk to maybe some like old friends if you have any. Like, I know that in my first year I used to Skype my old friends, my old group of friends, like every single day after I'd come home from lectures and stuff, and it did make me feel better, like, and more like, you know, at least I have like some friends. Wow, that sounds like I literally have no friends, but like, I did have friends. It's just my loneliness came out of the fact that I felt like I didn't fully click with a lot of people at uni. I genuinely feel like isolating yourself just causes you to overthink, and that is one of the last things that you want to do in this situation, because a lot of the time, like, I've had so many scenarios of when like people think that they are lonely when really they're like, people care more than you think you do. Like, that's really hard to believe at the time, like 100% hard to believe, because I mean, I've been there, done that, you know. Isolating yourself can be really harsh on yourself. It can leave you to sit by yourself and like have really bad thoughts, or just think of negatively, and you really do want to try to avoid that. Like, yeah, sometimes we just need to sit back and complain, like, that's fine. Like, if anything, I complain like the most. Sometimes you do just need to, like, you know, try and understand that isolating yourself can be really bad for yourself. My second tip is to go to societies even if you think you won't like them. And I'm not saying go apply to every society and go to every single one of them even though you have nothing or no interest in them. Like, go to societies that you have an interest in, but like, even if you're apprehensive about going, like, you should definitely go, because this is like the best place to make friends. Like, yes, you can make friends on your course and that's fine, but societies, you are more likely to find people that you click with. The reason I say that is because you've already shared like a common interest. Chances are you might, you know, have even more than that. The likelihood of you making friends in societies is very high, because once you go, like, there's going to be people, like, you're not just going to sit there and like not talk to anyone. Apply to societies that you think you'll enjoy and then show up, because I was really bad at this last year. Like, I did go to the ones that I really thought like, oh, I'm definitely going to like, but I never really joined the ones that I thought that it could be something new for me, and it's so much potential lost. And I am doing that this year. Like, I'm literally joining like ukulele society and I can't play for shit. I am super excited to join new things, because sometimes in life you just gotta, you know, like, don't just stick to things that you know 100% you like, but like try new things, because chances are you'll make friends along the way and it'll make you feel less lonely, to be honest. The third tip is to keep your room slightly similar to how you have it at home, and this tip more or less applies to people that are homesick and that kind of loneliness, as opposed to like not having friends. And the reason I say this is because obviously it's very exciting to have your own space at uni and think, oh, I'm gonna make my room look so Tumblr, I'm gonna make it look so, you know, pretty, it's gonna look nothing like my room at home. I want it to look so aesthetic. Like, while those things are like true, and like you are more than welcome to go do those things, you do want to bring like a lot of stuff that like remind you of home, because sometimes, and maybe you may not realize this until you go off to university yourself, but you actually start to miss home. I wasn't sure if I would miss home very much. Like, I knew that I just wanted to like leave, have my own life, etc. And like, obviously I did end up missing home. Like, it's just one of those things. And so yeah, having things that remind me of my home area in my room just kind of just does make it more homely. It makes me feel, I belong somewhere, you know? I am on number 4, right? I'm a math student, I literally can't count to 4. Okay, let's just hope that I'm on tip number 4, but if not, I am so sorry. Oh, my battery's blinking, this is such a bad time. So the 4th tip is to eat well, to sleep well, and get some exercise. And that's like my go-to 3. It's so important that you eat well, because obviously when like your mental health is suffering so bad at uni, like, you do need to eat well and you do need to get the right amount of sleep, because eating and sleeping affects your mood and the things that you think so much. And when I mean eating, I don't even mean junk food, like that's bad. At least try to incorporate healthy stuff. Like, junk food is very easy to reach for when you're not feeling that well, especially like mentally, or like when you're going through a hard time, but it's not going to help you in the long run, so you might as well just eat healthily. To be honest, after a while, once you start eating healthy stuff, you will see the glow. Sis, you will see the glow, and you'll come back to this video and you'll say, she was right, she was goddamn right. But exercise is also very important, because it's important that you're moving around. Like, I'm not saying go get like a £20 per month gym membership. Like, if you want to go do that, go ahead. Like, if anything, I find that like that's a great thing, because then at least you're focusing on like good aspects of your life, you know, like if you're trying to have like some gym goals, or like, you know, fitness, or like just trying to feel healthier and like for yourself. I feel like that's so important, because at least when you're going through a hard time, like, you're reminding yourself that not everything is as bad as you think it might be. So then it might encourage you to do some of the other tips that I told you about. So like not isolating and joining like more society. So my 5th tip is something that you can do by yourself, and that is to find hobbies that you can do by yourself. It's normal to have hobbies that you do by yourself, but also like you can do that without isolating yourself. Like, the difference is really big. I know some of my friends are like, at the end of the day, after a really long day, they like to, you know, take a really long shower or bath and watch some Netflix and eat good food and some takeaway. Like, I'm not saying like you're not allowed takeaway and you're not allowed to eat badly. Like, sure, treat yourself, you know, like keep yourself happy, but more importantly, make sure that your happiness doesn't depend on other people, because that is where it will go down just like that. I also know that some people enjoy reading. Like, I've recently bought a book and I've literally already finished the book, like, done. Like, it can be like going out to town by yourself just to look around at like bookshops and stuff. Like, I don't know, like I really enjoy that stuff, which is literally what I'm gonna do after this video. Like, I'm literally gonna go and sit in a cafe, edit all my videos that I have to edit, schedule them, and then I'm gonna go look at books. Like, And I'm doing this all by myself just because it's fun. I know I said I'd put 5 tips into this, but I feel like I'm gonna put 6 just because, you know, extra lucky one there. And that is that if you really think that like you're doing all these things and it's just not working for you, and like, you know, it's just not helping, like one important thing that I feel like you should try, definitely try, while doing like some of the other tips that I said, is going to see a counsellor. And if you are at university, there are counsellors on campus. You do need to register, I think, at the GP, like, or something like that, fill in details, and then you can like book an appointment. And I feel like that's so important. I know that if I ever struggle that badly how I did first year, I would definitely go see a counsellor. Like, I don't know why it just didn't cross my mind. Literally didn't cross my mind, which is why I'm telling you and why I'm including this in this video, because sometimes it just doesn't go through your mind. Like, I feel like you go to university, like, enjoy your time, you know, study what you enjoy and what you picked. And I feel like loneliness at university is so common, but at the same time it can be so sad. Just know that once you make an effort to try and get out of your situation, it all comes back, guys. Like, it will pay off. It will all pay off. And my battery's blinking just in time for the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give this a huge thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. But I will see you guys very soon for a brand new video. Bye!